Well, are we ready to call?
She'll let us know.
Oh, she hasn't
Just
done that
one
yet.
moment. Real close.
Hurry.
Okay, you're good to go.
All right. Which meeting is it? Okay, calling the meeting to order for the Civil Service Commission on August 13 at 12:04 p.m.
Perfect. Thank you. Joanne, what do you want to see? Do you want me to have it right here? Does that work for you?
That looks good.
Okay.
That looks good. Thank you. All right. We have the consent agenda. Do we have any motion to accept the consent agenda?
Bill Kelly, make a motion.
Thank you. Second.
Bill, can you read the motion that I have highlighted there on the screen? Can you see that?
Okay, make a motion to approve the consent agenda that includes the agenda for August 13th, 2020, the minutes from July 2nd, 2020, and payroll for,
Sorry.
Yeah.
for June 2020
And July.
and July 2020.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Second.
The second.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, moving along.
That's me again. Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot Lisa's not taking care of me anymore.
Oh, entry-level police officer training. Okay. Yes.
So do you want me to go, Joanne?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
do. Thank
So
you.
we have one police position open right now, police officer position open right now. And so Chief Troy Tamara submitted a letter, which we have right here, requesting that we update the list, the entry-level eligibility list. So that's what this first one is about. We don't have anybody on the list anymore, the old list,
Yes.
which we normally run as a continuous list, so we would update it as we go, but we were supposed to run a testing the beginning of the year, but we didn't because of COVID. We didn't have an open position. But now we do, and we don't have a current list. So we'd like to go ahead and run a testing for the new list. And so I'm going to put up here's the testing information, which was in your packet. It's basically the same as it was before. The only thing I changed is right here, and I changed a few other tiny things, grammar things like that, but nothing of huge importance to the process. But usually we do 2 sergeants on the interview panel. For the oral board, we do 2 sergeants. And then a patrol officer and a supervisor from the city, a civilian supervisor. But the city has recently created a diversity and inclusion advisory board. And so we would like to have 1 member from that board on the interview panel. And then I did add that in there. If they're unavailable, then we'll fill it with an alternate panelist, just so we're not prevented from actually having the oral board interviews because we can't get one of their members, to be on.
Does that require us to do any voting to accept that organization of it?
No, when our new rules, remember it doesn't, and for the new members, our new rules, civil service rules, don't exactly outline the testing process. They just say that they have to be, we have to present them like this, so that it's agreed upon what the process is before we start. So that's why I put this in there.
All right.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, Bill Kelly. Sean, what's the Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Board?
It's a new board that was recently started. Lisa, do you want to jump in?
Sure. Basically, they've been appointed now, but they haven't, their first meeting is on Monday. But they are basically a group of 7 people of a variety of a diverse group of people who are going to meet and help advise the city in matters related to being inclusive and getting participation from our community members, regardless of what ethnicity or sexuality or any other different type of lifestyle or whatever that they have, so that we can be inclusive of all the residents of the city.
Bill Kelly, a question on that. Do they have any type of authority in regards to the Civil Service Commission testing or anything like that?
What they would, I'm sorry, I should have explained more. They would be a panelist on the interview panel for the oral board interview. So we would have one College Police Department sergeant, one non-probationary police officer, and one civilian supervisor employed by the city of College Place, and one member of the Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Board. So 4 different people on the panel that would do the interview and score the applicants.
Yeah. So they have no direct function except they provide a person for the interview panel.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Whereas normally we had 2 sergeants on the panel.
Oh, okay.
Good question.
It's basically just bringing an additional perspective to those people on the interview panel.
Yeah.
I'm just curious on that with the climate that we're going through right now is and the negative attitude or atmosphere against law enforcement. I just wonder how this is going to work out as far as our on the Civil Service Commission presentation, et cetera.
Well, and I don't think we'll know that until I mean, they're only involved in the interview,
Okay.
in scoring the interview. And there will also be 3 other panel members. So there's, perspective from not every angle, but from multiple angles.
And I think actually it is a way to make all citizens and all different parts of the community feel like we are being fair to all perspectives.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually a step in the direction of helping with that situation rather than hindering. I think it's actually going to be a benefit.
Any other questions?
I was kind of curious that we have a position open in the law enforcement. I was curious what caused the position not to be there. Was someone retire, quit?
One of our candidates was didn't make it through academy.
Okay, that's all I needed.
So I think the next step, if there's no more questions, is the motion is up.
Okay. So motion to accept the testing information. Let's see, what do I need to say? Yeah. Motion to approve the testing procedure to update the continuous entry level police officer eligibility list. And there was a motion. Second?
Have a second.
Second. Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, Sean.
Okay, next item is almost identical. We just need to update our lateral list.
Okay.
The the document the testing information document is basically identical, except for I mean, it's not identical, I shouldn't say that. They don't have to do the written test. They only go through the oral interview and then a physical ability test. And then have to have been a police officer so the qualifications are a little bit different. They have to be employed as a commissioned police officer for a minimum of 2 years. I think other than that, the requirements are the same. And then there is the change right here about the Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Board, a member being part of the panel.
Okay.
So basically, we're just asking to go ahead and do the testing to create a lateral police officer eligibility list.
Okay. Is there a motion or are there any questions?
Bill Kelly, I'll make the motion to approve the testing process to update the continuous lateral police officer eligibility list.
Thank
Made
you.
my second that.
Second, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye. Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, that's me again, sorry. And and that's the last item unless anybody has anything.
Any good news, bad news, no news? This one, no news is pretty good. All right. Well, I call for us to adjourn at 12:14.
Do I have a motion?
That's a motion.
What a motion.
Okay, second. All right, that's it.
All right,
Thank
thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Betty, bye-bye.
Bye, Bill.
Well, Sean, are you doing okay?
How about you?
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm enjoying this cooler weather, that's for sure.